sports. It's in the game.
Someone put me out with I can't give it about what they say.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley.
And the Giants are going to be set up with a first and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up first and goal. Now Jones. And down he goes. pressure gets him back at the 14. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. It's Daniel Jones fighting Evan Ingram. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened?
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and then look for some help from their defense.
Trying to forget about that pick 6 last time out. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 67 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Derek Wolfe there on
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Jones' throw on target to Shepard. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line.
First down.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They run. It's Mark Ingram. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Come on now. Let's do it.
Jones.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Calais Campbell on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Barkley. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. It's Daniel Jones finding Evan Ingram. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely...
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Kickoff for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many...
It got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
New York set to take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys are going to get the football. At the 37-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the interception, here's Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now it's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. Here's Ingram. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Goal line.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown there to make the grab, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants going to take over again on offense. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action. Show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him and let him fling another one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
It's a gain of
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
on the handoff.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
20.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson back to Brown, this time complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run on first down. Ingram, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Brought down by...
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And down inside the 15 he goes.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal. They couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run here with Ingram, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run.
Justin Tucker to kick.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So now Jones and the Giants down by 9. Just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Catch made by Slayton. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
First and goal.
33 yards that time. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll try to run some clock with Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
10 at the 43-yard line.
First down. It's Ingram. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Mark Ingram.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.